Hi everyone, so we're going to get ready for Christmas by making some Christmas crafts. These are little mini balls from the Dollar Tree, and the silver tray is also from the Dollar Tree. The wood rings are from Amazon. They came in a pack of 30 for like $5. I think they're 3-inch rings. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the silver balls from the Dollar Tree and I am just threading a piece of thread through them and tying them to the top of the wood ring, and then I put a little bead of glue on there just to hold it in the middle. So to make our little pyramid Christmas tree, we need 15 of the wood rings, and then we're going to put them 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to make the pyramid. So right now I'm just seeing where the center is so I can make sure that it's in the center and on the tray. And I'm just using some hot glue to hold them down. Now we have our first row down. We're going to start working on our second row. The thing you have to make sure is these rings, those wood rings, are not all the same size. You want to try to make sure that you have 15 of the same size, and it ended up working out. I had to take it apart once because there was a lot of gaps in there, but once I get them all the same size, it worked pretty well. So now we're just gluing 4 more rings on top of the 5, and then you can see there we're kind of making a pyramid shape. Now we're going to take 3 and glue them on top, and we're going to just keep going up until we get the whole pyramid completed. And here's the last wood ring on top to make our pyramid tree. We're going to glue that down, and then we can go on to the next part. So I ended up taking it off the actual tray. I had glued it down to the tray, but I took it off because it was not sturdy. So I used 2 of the tumbling tower blocks and I put them on either end. Now what I'm doing is I am using the Dollar Tree the fur mop, the fluffy mop, and I want to use that to put on the tray to use as like a snow base. So I just used my pen and I traced around the wood blocks, and now I'm just cutting that out. And then so then I can push that through the mop. I can push the block through the mop, and it holds it up above the mop so you can actually see all the tree. I think I did use 2 blocks to give it a little height. So here I am, and I ended up cutting the mop down the middle. I didn't cut it all the way through, just about 2 inches on either end, and I glued it down. It made it a lot easier to center the pyramid tree, and here I am just making sure that it's centered up, and then we're going to take some glue and we are going to glue it down. And I did use 2 of the towering tumble blocks to give it a little bit more height over top of the mop. And then I'm just going to glue the mop down once I get it positioned correctly. I futz around a lot, but here I am just gluing the mop down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that it's glued down nice and secure. And then I'm going to take some of the fairy lights and I'm just going to incorporate them, and I got them under the edge of the mop on the edge of the tray, and then I kind of just weave them in the middle, just in the fur of the mop, just to give it a little bit of a fairy look. And here it is with the fairy lights put into the mop, and I just took the end of the battery. I took the battery pack and it fit perfectly under the edge of the tray. I just used some of the Gorilla Glue mounting putty and stuck it on the tray and on the back of the battery pack, and it held it good. Well, I hope you guys like this one. I really like it. My mom really likes it. She wants me to give it to her, so I guess she's going to have it for Christmas. And now on to project number 2. Project number 2, we need a foam cone and some baby's breath. Now I saw this beautiful Christmas tree made out of baby's breath on Pinterest, but when I ordered the baby's breath on Amazon, the stems wouldn't go into my foam cone. So I have to cut and individually glue each baby's breath on there. Now, I didn't like the way the green was showing through, so I did end up giving the cone a coat of the dark green paint, so that's why it looks a little different in this picture. And as you can see, I'm just cutting and gluing each baby breath onto the cone. And it took a little while to get this all done, but it ends up looking very beautiful. And I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me glue each baby breath on there, so we'll just go to the end. And here it is complete. I really like the way it came out. It looks like a really pretty snow on a Christmas tree. Now we're going to take some fairy lights, and I am just taking, it's got a little point on the end. I'm starting at the top, and I'm just going to weave it down around the cone. It's really not, like, I'm not weaving it into the actual flowers. I'm just kind of wrapping it around the cone. And I think I do go back and like glue little glue dots in certain places. But you just want to take it, and the lights are pretty long, so it's kind of like you want to make sure that you get all the Christmas tree, and it ends at a good spot. And see, I had to unwrap it there because it was going to be too long at the end. So we got it so that the lights are at the very end, and then I was like, what am I going to do with the battery pack? And I was like, I know, I'll take my scissors and I'll cut a little hole in the bottom and dig around until the battery pack fits in there flush, and then it hides it, but you can still turn it on and off. And then I just used a little glue and kind of melted the foam so that the wire sits down into the crease, and no jiggling. Now these are little tacks that I bought on Amazon. I think they were like 100 tacks for a couple dollars, little gold tacks, and I figured it would give it a little, like, it would look like balls on a Christmas tree. And I thought the gold would look really pretty with the green and the white. So I'm just randomly putting them in. I'm just using a little bit of glue on the tacks to hold them in. And then I had these little snowflakes. I also got these on Amazon. I think they were like $5 for a pack of 50. I'm taking two of the bigger, there was 3 sizes in there, and I'm taking 2 of the biggest ones and just a little skewer, and I'm gluing them to the skewer. So the wood part is in the middle, cut it off, and I'm going to put it right in the top of the Christmas tree. I'm just going to, it took me a minute because it was kind of tight. So I just used my glue gun and made a hole and put it right in the top, glued it down, and then glued the flower back on. And here it is completed with the lights and the ball and the snowflake as a topper. And we're going to go on to the next one. This next craft, I think, ended up being my favorite out of all 6 of these. So this is just the Dollar Tree candy cane wreath form, and I have some of this red burlap, and I'm just hot gluing it to the bottom, and I'm going to wrap the entire wreath form with the red burlap. And I probably go overboard on the glue. You probably don't need to glue every single section, but that's my, I don't know what you call it, fussy about it, I guess. So then I was getting all tangled up. But anyway, so I want to glue, you want to wrap the whole entire candy cane in the red burlap or the fabric of your choice. You don't have to use red burlap. You can use whatever ribbon you want to use. And here is the candy cane wreath all wrapped in the red burlap. Now I have all different sizes of the Dollar Tree balls. I'm taking the tops off of them. It just makes it easier. I have the big ones, the medium size, and the small. So what you want to do is you just want to start with whatever color you want. I use the red and the silver, and I think it's easier to start with the medium sized ones or the bigger ones because the little ones fill in the blank spots. So start with whatever you want. I ended up taking these off. So as you can see, I started with the silver, but then I was like, let's start with the red first. And then I went to the silver, and then we're going to alternate back and forth between the red and the silver, and we're going to kind of make like candy cane stripes. And what you want to do is just whatever you like, however, whatever size balls you want to use, or whatever colors you want to use, you just want to just glue them down to the burlap, and then you want to fill in anywhere where you can see the burlap. So I started with, I think that's a medium sized one, and then I'm filling in with the smaller balls. And you just want to keep alternating back and forth. Here it is complete. I think it came out pretty good. We're not quite finished yet though. We're going to put a hanger on the back, so I'm just taking a piece of twine and making a little circle, making sure that we're centered up, putting some hot glue on there, and then we're going to take a piece of the burlap and we're just going to glue it down on top of it to give it a little bit of extra hold. And then we are just about, I'm a little special. So I wanted to be a little fancy. So you could see the edge where the balls were glued down. So I'm taking a little bit of this sparkle ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of hot gluing it to the edge and folding it over. We're just going to do the outside edge because that's where you could really see the space between the ball and the burlap. And we're just going to go around the whole entire candy cane. And now we're done. But I really like the way this came out. I hope you guys do like it too. It was fun to make, and it was easy, and it was pretty inexpensive too. And it looks like it came from a store. So I hope you guys like this one. Now we're going to go on to the next one. So I have these love meters that I got last year from the Dollar Tree. They were after the Valentine's Day. They were 50 cents. They were on sale. So I tried to peel the front of the label off, and it didn't come off. I took the little arrow for the love meter off. And now I'm just giving it a coat of Mod Podge. And I have this pretty Christmas style paper from Joann's. They were 10 for $3. And I'm just putting it down on the top of the paper and then making sure that it's Mod Podged on there. Now I'm going to take some yarn. And I went with the cream colored yarn. Matches the paper pretty well. I wanted to see which one matched the best. And I just took a piece of cardboard from an Amazon delivery, and I'm wrapping the yarn around the cardboard to make a pom-pom. We're going to make little wooden winter hats. Now, you can use whatever kind of wood you want. You can cut some wood out yourself, or you can use the rounds and cut them in half. They're really inexpensive when you can get them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's. Now I wrap that around. I'm going to take it off the cardboard. I'm going to put it down and tie it in the middle. Tie it really tight and give it a double knot. And then we're going to take our scissors and cut through the loops on both sides. And then we're going to fluff it out to make our pom-pom. And then we're going to trim it up. This was a really quick and easy craft, let me tell you. I made 2 of these in about a half an hour. So we're just trimming up the pom-pom to give it a nice shape. Keep fluffing it out and trimming until it gets to where you like it. And here's our pom-pom after the trimming. It's a nice size for the hat we're making. Now we're taking our X-Acto knife and we're going to trim around the edge of the wood cutout, get the paper off, and then make sure it's all pressed down. We're going to take our sander, our little zip sander, and we're just going to sand the edge to make sure that the paper is nice and smooth on the edge of the hat. Now, we're going to take the same yarn and we're going to make a little brim for the hat. So I just took it and I zigzagged it back and forth and glued it down. And I glued it to each other too. So it makes the edge of the hat. And we're just going to, it makes a nice fuzzy little edge. And here's our brim, and now we're going to glue the pom-pom to the top right there. Right in the center, we're just going to press it down and hold it for a minute so it sticks. And we're going to fluff it out. Now, to make it stand up even straighter, I'm going to take 2 of the tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to make like a T shape. I'm going to glue them together and then glue it to the back of the hat, and then it'll just give it a little bit more stability so it stands up straight. And there we go. We got that one done. Now, I made 2 of these and I just wanted to show you the second one. I made the edge of the hat a little different. I just wrapped some black yarn around it and I used the T to hold it, stand up, help it stand up straight. And then we have 2 little hats. Now on to the next craft. So while we have all the yarn out, let's make some more yarn projects. We're going to make some yarn Christmas trees. Now I have this, natural wood round. They come in a pack of like 10 from Hobby Lobby. And I have some of the wooden balls and I'm just gluing them down to the natural wood round and to each other, and then we're going to use a skewer. I'm going to set that off to the side so it can dry. We're going to make pom-poms. So these are 4.5, 3.5, 3, 2.5, and 2. We're going to do the 4.5 one. We're going to do 45 times. We're going to wrap it around 45 times to make a pom-pom. So that's a lot of wrapping. So you know how to make a pom-pom. We did it in the last video. So we're just going to wrap it around the cardboard, take it off. We're going to tie it in a double knot in the middle, and then we're going to cut the loops. And then you have to trim it up and make it nice and fluffy. This yarn is fluffy already, so it doesn't take much to make it more fluffy, fluffier. So just roll it around and then trim it up. And then we're going to take it, flatten it out, and we're going to put the pom-pom we're going to put the skewer right through the middle of the pom-pom. I missed a couple loops there, so I had to go back and trim them up. And then the balls fell off. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to have the 3.5 inch one, and we're going to wrap it around 35 times and make another pom-pom, and we're just going to do 5 pom-poms and skewer them right in the middle until we get to the top of the tree. So the pom-poms you want to wrap around, so we're on number 3 pom-pom now, so that's the 3-inch one. You wrap it around 25 times. The 2.5 one, you wrap it around 15 times, and then the 2-inch one, you wrap it around 8 to 10 times. And that makes your pom-poms, and you want to put them right through the middle. You want to skewer them right through the middle of the tree. And then when you get them all on there, you want to trim up the tree. Now I put a bead on top of the tree just to hold everything steady. And now I'm going to take a star and I'm going to glue it right to the top of the bead of the tree. And that is how we make the first tree. Now I wanted to see what it was like to use the same cardboard pieces but use a different weight yarn. So we're going to do this again. We're going to do the same thing. 5 pom-poms and same amount of wraps, and wait till you see the difference. So there you go. I don't know what the white is, but the green is 4. And so I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do a bulky yarn that's a 6. This gray, which is a 6 weight. And that's what that one comes out looking like. So just so you know, you can use different weight yarn and they come out looking a lot different. But they all come out looking nice. I like this project. It was fun. So let's go on to the next one. So we're still going to use yarn for this next project, and I'm just using the cardboard. We are going to make tassels. My husband thinks they're all pom-poms, but they're not. These are tassels. So we're going to wrap this around, I forget, I think I did 25 times, and then we are going to tie the top of it and then cut the bottom, and then we're going to take another length of yarn and we're going to wrap it about 3/4 of an inch down to make a little tassel. And we're going to end up needing 15 of these. So you want to just so you just want to make 15 of them, and I was showing you on the board I have that I got from the Target Dollar Tree spot, or the Target Dollar spot. That was like $3. It's a nice little wood frame, but we're going to make 15 and then we're going to glue them down. Now that we have our 15 tassels, we're going to just line them up. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again. And I'm just laying them all out right now to see what it looks like. That one had a little bit sticking out on the top, so I'm just giving them a little trim. More than one, I guess. Anyway, after I get them all laid out, we're going to take them all back off, and then we are going to glue them down. Okay, so we're just going to start gluing them down, and we kind of just fill in the spots between each of the rows. I think I had an extra one, so I put an extra one in there. It's kind of just like do what you want. And then we're going to put the last one on, glue them down, and we're good. We can fluff them around and make sure that the tree looks good. Now we got to put the base of the tree on, and I just went outside and found a stick. Broke the stick in half and then stuck it on there and glued it down for the base of our tree. Then I put a star on the top. I guess I missed that footage, but anyway, I thought it still needed something, so I'm just taking some of the red burlap ribbon and I'm kind of making a faux bow with faux tails. I just cut the ribbon in half and about 6 inches long for the tails, and we're going to glue that to the top, and we're going to just make the bow by just squishing it together and then wrapping a piece of the ribbon around for the middle. And I kind of just, because it's wired ribbon, I just kind of made the tails furled, if you want to call it. Glued them down. I'm going to glue the bow right in the middle, and we can call this project done. And there we have, oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I thought it looked a little bare, so I took some of the berries from the Dollar Tree, and I just randomly glued some of the white berries down into the yarn for little Christmas balls. Now we can call this project done. We can call this video done. I hope you guys like these crafts. I had fun doing them. I hope you give it a like, share, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I plan on doing some more Christmas videos before Thanksgiving and get them out before Thanksgiving so everybody has time to make them. If you could leave a comment on which one you like the best, I'd really appreciate that too. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.